Hey my dear all, lovely students, good morning to all of you. In today's class, we will be discussing the remaining properties of fractions. In the last class, we studied about the introduction to fraction and its various properties, mainly types of fractions that were decimal fraction, vulgar fraction, proper and improper fractions, and even the mixed fractions. In today's class, we will be discussing on with the remaining types of fraction. So without wasting any time, let's straight dive into the video. So let's start. Fractions. The first thing which we will study today is the main property of a fraction. And what is this main property? Suppose you have any fraction. Suppose you have any fraction of the form a by b. Of the form a by b. आपके पास कोई भी एक fraction है which is of the form a by b. Then if we multiply the fraction that is both numerator and denominator of the fraction by same non-zero number, the fraction does not change. This is the first property which we are going to start on with. What does this say? Suppose you have any fraction which is of the form a by b or p by q, and if we multiply this fraction that is both the numerator and denominator by any non-zero number, वो number non-zero यानी कि zero नहीं होना चाहिए, by any non-zero number, the fraction does not change. Let's take an example. Suppose I have a fraction 3 by 4, and if I multiply this fraction with any non-zero number, let us say 2, we multiply it by 2 to both the numerator and denominator. What do we get? 3 into 2 will be equal to 6 and 4 into 2 will be equal to 8. This 6 by 8 is the new fraction which is same as 3 by 4. How? When we simplify this fraction, 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8. We will again get 3 by 4. That is, both the fractions are same. This is why I am saying that if we multiply the fraction with the same non-zero number, वो number zero नहीं होना चाहिए, the result which we get, the resulting fraction is of the same fraction. That is why multiplying the fraction with the same non-zero number to both the numerator and denominator does not change the fraction. Let's take one more example. 9 by 5. If we multiply both 9 by 5, that is the fraction 9 by 5 with non-zero number, say 9, what do we get? 9 into 9 will be equal to 81 and 5 into 9 will be equal to 45, and this 81 and 45 is again equal to 9 by 5. How we can check? We can check by simplifying this fraction. We can simply simplify this by dividing it with 9. 9 9 ja 81 and 9 5 ja 45. Thus both the fractions are same. That is why multiplying the fraction with any non-zero number does not change the fraction. But you have to remember that we should always multiply the fraction with the non-zero number. Let's take one more example. If I have a fraction 3 upon 5 and if I multiply this with a number 0, what will be the result? 0 multiplied to any number will result in 0, and 0 multiplied to 5 will again be 0. 0 by 0. This 0 by 0 can never be equal to 3 by 5. So this is not a fraction. Hence we have to multiply the fraction with a non-zero number. वो number 0 नहीं होना चाहिए. उस नंबर को 0 से मल्टीप्लाई नहीं करेंगे, उस नंबर को 0 के अलावा किसी भी नंबर से अगर मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे वी विल ऑलवेज गेट द इक्विवेलेंट फ्रैक्शन. This was the important property of fraction, that is multiplying both the numerator and denominator of a fraction by any non-zero number does not change the fraction. This was the first property of the fraction. Now let's move on to the other property, that is the property number 6. We will study equivalent fractions. What are equivalent fractions? This is also an important property of fraction. Equivalent fraction. The fraction obtained by multiplying or dividing the numerator and denominator by multiplying the numerator and denominator by the same non-zero number, then the obtained fraction या फिर resulting fraction, then the obtained fraction is known as equivalent fraction. What is equivalent fraction? This was the definition of equivalent fraction. The fraction obtained by multiplying or dividing the numerator and denominator by the same non-zero number. अगर हम किसी भी फ्रैक्शन के न्यूमरेटर और डिनोमिनेटर को सेम नंबर से मल्टीप्लाई या डिवाइड करते हैं तो जो भी फ्रैक्शन रिजल्टिंग फ्रैक्शन मिलेगा that is known as the equivalent fraction. Let's understand this with an example. Suppose I have a fraction 3 by 4 and I have asked you to write 5 equivalent fractions to this. What will be the first fraction? If I multiply 3 by 4 with 1, what will we get? 3 by 4 itself. If I multiply 3 by 4 with 2, what do we get? 3 2 ja 6 and 4 2 ja 8. If I multiply this 3 by 4 with 3, I get 3 into 3 will be equal to 9 and 4 into 3 will be equal to 12. If I multiply 3 by 4 into 4, what do I get? 4 into 3 will be equal to 12 and 4 into 4 will be equal to 16. If I multiply 3 by 4 with 5, what do I get? 5 into 3 will be equal to 15 and 5 into 4 will be equal to 20. So these are the examples of 5 equivalent fractions to 3 by 4. ये 3 by 4 के चारों equivalent fractions हैं. Equivalent to 3 by 4 कौन कौन सा fraction इसके equivalent है? That is 3 by 4 itself, 6 by 8, 9 by 12, 12 by 16, 15 by 20. And how we can check? We can check by dividing this again in simplest form. 3 by 4 cannot be divided, but 2 3 ja 6 and 2 4 ja 8. 3 3 ja 9, 3 4 ja 12, 4 3 ja 12, 4 4 ja 16, 5 3 ja 15 and 5 4 ja 20. What we can see? That in each step we get 3 by 4 as the fraction. So the number या फिर the fraction which is obtained by multiplying the numerator and denominator by the same non-zero number, then the resulting fraction is known as equivalent fraction. Let's take one more example. If I ask you, write 4 equivalent fractions of 2 by 3. We have to write 4 equivalent of fractions. What will we write? 2 by 3 multiplied by 1 will be equal to 1. So we start on with 2. 2 into 2 will be equal to 4. 3 into 2 will be equal to 6. Second, 2 by 3 into 3 into 3. 3 2 ja 6. 3 3 ja 9. 2 by 3 into 4 into 4. 4 2 ja 8, 4 3 ja 12. 2 by 3 into 5 into 5. 5 2 ja 10, 5 3 ja 15. So these are the four equivalent fractions to 2 by 3. That is 2 by 3 is equivalent to 4 by 6, 6 by 9, 8 by 12 and 10 by 15. Once again we can check it by dividing. 2 by 3 will be same because it is in the simplest form. 2 2 ja 4, 2 3 ja 6, 3 2 ja 6, 3 3 ja 9, 4 2 ja 8, 4 3 ja 12, 5 2 ja 10 and 5 3 ja 15. These all are equivalent to 2 by 3. Hence the four fractions which are equivalent to 2 by 3 are 4 by 6, 6 by 9, 8 by 12 and 10 by 15. तो कितना सारा भी fractions अगर बोले कि equivalent निकालने के लिए we can simply take out the equivalent fractions. Now let's take one more example of division. If I give you a simple example, that is, find the equivalent fraction of 17 by 85. What we can do? We have to find the equivalent fraction of this particular fraction by dividing. So first of all, we'll find the HCF of both the number 17 and 85. We can find the HCF by long division method and prime factorization method, both. 17 5s are 85. So what is the HCF? 17 is HCF. So we can divide this particular fraction by 17. So 17 by 85 will be divided by 17. What will we get? 17 1 is 17 and 17 5 is 85. So we can say that 1 by 5 is also the equivalent fraction to 17 by 85. And how both are equal? Since 17 by 85 can be simplified to write 1 by 5. Or if we multiply 17 to 1 by 5, what we get? 17 by 85. This was the common example of equivalent fraction. Now let's move on to the next property, that is equivalent fraction. Number 7. That is like fractions. What are like fractions? Very simple example. Fractions having same denominator but different numerators. लाइक फ्रैक्शन क्या होता है? वैसा फ्रैक्शन जिसका डिनोमिनेटर सेम हो बट विथ डिफरेंट न्यूमरेटर्स आर कॉल्ड लाइक फ्रैक्शन. व्हाट कैन बी द एग्जांपल? 5 by 9, 6 by 9, 7 by 9, 10 by 9, 11 by 9, 13 by 9, 171 by 9. All these are the examples of like fraction because all the denominators are equal, which is 9. तो वैसा कोई भी फ्रैक्शन जिसमें डिनोमिनेटर्स इक्वल होता है उसको बोलते हैं लाइक फ्रैक्शन. जिसमें डिनोमिनेटर्स इक्वल होगा बट डिफरेंट न्यूमरेटर्स. फ्रैक्शंस हैविंग equal या same denominator but different numerators are known as like fraction. I hope it is clear. Let's move on to the next, that is unlike fraction. Unlike fractions. Fractions having different denominator are called unlike fractions. आर कॉल्ड अनलाइक फ्रैक्शंस। वैसा कोई भी फ्रैक्शन जिसमें डिनोमिनेटर अलग अलग होगा उसको बोलेंगे अनलाइक फ्रैक्शन। सिंपल डेफिनेशन, जिसमें डिनोमिनेटर सेम हो उसको लाइक फ्रैक्शन, जिसमें डिनोमिनेटर अलग हो उसको बोलते हैं अनलाइक फ्रैक्शन। व्हाट कैन बी द एग्जांपल? 2/5, 3/7 या 3/9, 3/7, 9/11, 11/13। वैसा कोई भी फ्रैक्शन जिसमें डिनोमिनेटर्स अलग अलग होता है उसको बोलते हैं unlike fractions. Fractions having different denominators are called unlike fractions, and fractions having equal denominators but different numerators are called like fractions. Hope it is clear to everyone. Let's move on to the next property, that is one more type of fraction, that is irreducible fractions. That is irreducible. IRREDUCIBLE. Irreducible fraction. Why I am spelling out the spelling of this fraction is irreducible fraction. Irreducible, it is the opposite of reducible. That is which can be reduced, जिसको कम किया जा सके उसको बोलते हैं reducible, जिसको कम नहीं किया जा सके उसको बोलते हैं irreducible. तो why am I saying it irreducible fraction? Because fraction is said to be irreducible, if it is in its simplest form. किसी भी फ्रैक्शन को irreducible फ्रैक्शन इसलिए बोलते हैं क्योंकि वो उसके सिंपलेस्ट फॉर्म में होता है. Fraction is said to be irreducible if it is in simplest form, or we can conclude that, or the HCF of fraction, that is A and B is 1. Suppose we have a fraction 3/4, which is of the form A by B. Then how we can say that the fraction 3/4 is irreducible fraction? We can say that the fraction 3/4 is irreducible fraction if the HCF of A and B, that is 3 and 4, is 1, or it is in its simplest form. हमारे पास जो फ्रैक्शन है वो है 3/4, तो हम लोग 3/4 को और सिंपलेस्ट फॉर्म में एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर सकते हैं. इट इज़ इन इट्स सिंपलेस्ट फॉर्म, दैट इज व्हाई इट इज़ एन एग्जांपल ऑफ इरेड्यूसिबल फ्रैक्शन. एंड हाउ वी कैन चेक वेदर इट इज इरेड्यूसिबल फ्रैक्शन और नॉट? बाय टेकिंग आउट द HCF. व्हाट इज द HCF ऑफ 3 and 4? वी कैन कैलकुलेट द HCF ऑफ 3 and 4 बाय लॉन्ग डिविजन मेथड. 3 1s are 3, we are left with 1. So now 3 will be divided by 1, 1 3s are 3. What is the HCF? 1. 1 is HCF. Hence we can say that the number 3/4 is in its simplest form. Let's take one more example. Five by 9. First of all, we'll find the HCF of 5 by 9 by using long division method or prime factorization method. Any method. 5 1s are 5. We are left with 4. This 5 will be divided by 4. 4 1s are 4. We are left with 1. 1 will divide for 1 4s are 4. What is the HCF? 1 is HCF. Hence, this 5 by 9 is irreducible fraction. That is it. It is in its simplest form. Let's take one more example for very clear. Suppose I have a fraction 15/20. So, is it an irreducible fraction? Let's find out the HCF of 15 and 20. 15 and 20. 15 1s are 15. 5. 15 will be divided by 5. 5 3s are 15. What is the HCF? 5 is HCF. So what I said, if the HCF of A and B is 1, then the fraction is a reducible fraction. But we can see that the HCF of A and B is 5, so it is not an irreducible fraction. So how we can make it irreducible fraction? By converting it into simplest form. This 15 by 20 will be divided by 5. So 5 3s are 15 and 5 4s are 20. Now we get 3 by 4, and this 3 by 4 is irreducible fraction. That is, it is in its simplest form. The HCF of 3 and 4 is 1. This was irreducible fraction. Any fraction which is in its simplest form, or the HCF of A upon B is 1, then the fraction is said to be irreducible fraction. The one thing which is worth mentioning is irreducible is the opposite of reducible. And what does reducible means? Which can be reduced, जिसको कम किया जा सके उसको बोलते हैं reducible, और जिसको कम ना किया जा सके उसको बोलते हैं irreducible. So if any fraction is in its simplest form, we call it irreducible fraction, and if any fraction is not in its simplest form, we call it reducible fraction, or it can be converted into simplest form by finding the common factor with which it can be divided. So this was all for you all, the types of fraction. Now let's see one thing which is very important, that is changing unlike fractions to like fractions. How to change unlike fraction into like fraction? Changing unlike fraction into like fraction. This is a very interesting topic, how we can change unlike fraction into like fraction. So we have to follow two steps. What is step 1? Find the LCM of the denominator of all the given fractions. What is the first step? We have to find the LCM of the denominators of all the given fractions. Step 2, change each of the given fraction into an equivalent fraction. We will change the given fraction into equivalent fraction having denominators equal to the LCM of the denominator of the given fraction. Very easy. What we will do, first of all, we'll find the LCM of the given fractions. Step 2, change each of the given fraction. We will change the given fraction into an equivalent fraction having denominators equal to the LCM of the denominator, जिसका denominator LCM के equal होगा. Then we will get the resulted fraction. So suppose I take an example, convert 5 by 6, 7 by 9 and 11 by 12 into like fraction. I have to convert these given sets of fraction 5 by 6, 7 by 9, 11 by 12 into like fraction. How we can do? So first of all, we will find the LCM of the given fractions. What is LCM of 6, 9 and 12? Let's first find out the LCM. 6, 9 and 12. I hope you all know to find the LCM. 2 3s are 6, 2 6 are 12, 3 1s are 3, 3 3s are 9, 3 2s are 6, 2 1s are 2, and in the last 3, 3 1s are 3. 2 into 3 into 2 into 3, 3 2s are 6, 3 2s are 2 3s are 6, 6 into 6 will be 36. So what is the LCM? 36. So our first step is completed. We have find out the LCM of 6 9 and 12, and what is the LCM of 6 9 and 12? 36. So the next step, what we will do, we will convert these denominators into LCM, that is 36. So 5 by 6. How we can make this 6 36? By multiplying it with 6. 5 6 are 30, 6 6 are 36. Next fraction is 7 by 9. How we can make 9 36? By multiplying it with 4. So we will multiply 4 to the both numerator and denominator to convert it into equivalent fraction. 9 4 are 36, 7 4 are 28. Now the last fraction, that is 11 by 12. How we can convert 12 into 36? By multiplying it with 3. 12 3s are 36, 11 3s are 33. We get 36 as denominator, 36 as denominator, and 36 as denominator. Thus our step is completed. Hence clearly 30 by 36, 30 by 36, 28 by 36, 28 by 36, and 33 by 36, and 33 by 36 are equivalent, are like fractions. Let's take one more example. One by 5, 3 by 4, and 5 by 2 into like fraction. We have to convert these fractions into like fraction. So I taught you one method. Now I'll explain you one more method. We will find out the LCM of these denominators. LCM of 5, 4, and 2. We first of all will find the LCM. 5, 4, 2. 2 2s are 4, 2 1s are 2, 2 1s are 2, 5, 5 1s are 5. So 2 into 2 into 5, 2 2s are 4, 4 5s are 20 is LCM. What is the LCM? 20 is LCM. So now what we can write? We can simply divide on with 20. 5 will divide 20 4 times. 4 4 1s are 4, comma 4 will divide 20 5 times. 5 3s are 15. 2 will divide 20 10 times. 10 5s are 50. So what we are getting? 4 by denominator 20, 15 by denominator 20, and 50 by denominator 20 are like fractions. These are the like fractions, and when we convert it into simplest form, we will again get 1 by 5, 3 by 4, and 5 by 2. We can check. 4 by 20, 4 1s are 4, 4 5s are 20, 1 by 5, 15 by 20, 5 3s are 15, 5 4s are 20, and 50 by 20. We can cancel out 0. We are left with 5 by 2. So this was the 1 by 5, 1 by 5, 3 by 4, 3 by 4, 5 by 2, 5 by 2. Thus we can simply convert any unlike fraction into like fraction. I hope it is clear to everyone. Let's take one more example. Convert 2 by 5, 3 by 6, 1 by 2, 7 by 9 into like fraction. Into like fraction. First of all, we'll find the LCM of, we have number 2 by 5, 3 by 6, 1 by 2, 7 by 9. We will find LCM of all the denominator, LCM of 5, 6, 2 and 9. Let's find out the LCM. 5, 6, 2, 9. We can divide with 5 because 5 is a prime number. 5 ones are 5, 6, 2, 9. 2 3s are 6, 2 1s are 2, 9. 3 1s are 3, 3 3s are 9, 3 1s are 3. 5 into 2 into 3 into 3. 5 2s are 10, 3 3s are 9, 10 9s are 90 is LCM. So what we will do, we will divide the fractions with 90. 5 will divide 90 how many times? 18 times. 5 will divide 18, 5 will divide 90 18 times. 18 2 ja 36. 6 will divide 90 15 times. 15 3 ja 45. 2 will divide 90 45 times. 45 1 ja 45. 9 will divide 90 10 times. 10 7 ja 70. So what we'll get? We will get 36 by 90, 45 by 90, 45 by 90 and 70 by 90 are like fractions. I hope it is clear to everyone. So this was all regarding your fraction and its different types. I hope it is clear to everyone. You will get your homework in the app itself or in the WhatsApp group. So stay tuned for further updates. Till then, study sincerely and stay at home. And one thing, if you have any doubt, kindly message me. You can ask me anytime. And for the better explanation of your chapters, please watch the video regularly. Thank you. Have a good day.